Ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about the things we really should be talking about right now. It's good to have you back. It's good to have you back after a long break. I had a nice fish up the coast. Long-awaited break after the last 2 years. But we need to talk about what's going on with our Premier. Why isn't anyone talking about Dominic Perrottet? Now, Dom, this is a question directly to you. Premier, you've done a lot of good things with this state. The police, they're working with us for this actual protest that happened. You've laid off on the travel restrictions between other states, so we can go from state to state. That's great, that's really good. But you haven't gone far enough. You're 90% there. You need to leave people alone, and you need to legislate against vaccine passports, vaccine mandates, and restricting people from entering a premise. No discrimination. No discrimination. We left this in the past. When it comes to skin color, it comes naturally. We're like, yep, you can't discriminate against a black person if they're coming in. Why is it any different with a medical choice that someone's making? It's no different. There's no difference at all. Dominic Perrottet, I know you can hear what we're saying. I know you keep tabs on us. I know Scott Morrison's trying to win back his base because he's got an election coming up. Well, you know what, Dom? You have an election coming up too, the by-elections. We could have a new Premier this year. Did you know that? We could have a new Premier if Dominic Perrottet doesn't play properly. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got elections coming up this year. We've got 4 or 5 elections this year. I want you all, every single one of you, if you're old enough, go join a political party. I don't care which one. Don't join the majors because you can't get voting rights for like 2 years. Go join one of the 8 freedom parties. You are spoiled for choice. There are so many out there. You can even join multiple of them. Go join them, go help them. When the election comes, go hand out how to vote cards. You can start early, 2 weeks before the election. You can hand them out. If you want results, you won't get them at protests. You won't. This is great. Protests are great for morale. Protests are great to meet people and to increase the morale of what's going on here. But the real results come at the elections. If you want to make a difference, join a political party. You don't even have to join one to hand out how to vote cards. Get out there. That's how we're going to turn the country around. That's how we're going to have our turning point. And that's how we're going to take back what's going on with people like Djokovic. Why is Djokovic being made ashamed of in front of the world? Australia is the laughing stock of the world after what's just happened. It's ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you an insight into something I just heard yesterday. Did you know that we may lose the Australian Open because of the idiocy of Scott Morrison? Did you know that? Why is it that Australia has to be made a fool of? Why is it that every time you go overseas, Australians will be like, you know, why is it that you Australians have changed? A lot of people overseas are going to say, what happened to Australia? What happened to Crocodile Dundee? I thought you guys were tough. I thought you guys were fearless. I thought this was the land of freedom. Well, this is the year to help turn it around. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of work to do this year. I hope you had a break over the summer because this year's going to be crazy. Don't burn yourself out until the election. It's going to be very wild. It's going to be a 6 weeks run-up, and I want you guys to look out for number 1. Now, when it comes to what's going on in the country, look for the people that you trust. Look for the channels that you want to follow. Start supporting them. Start spreading their word. That's how we're going to turn this around. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank God. I want to thank everything that the people, the organisers have done. And we've got a lot of work to do. We really do. We're in it for the long haul, and I'm here, I'm holding your hand, but we're going to turn this around, and the kids, we're doing it for the kids. Because, you know, they have been scarred by seeing what police do, by seeing their parents confronted in the stores, by not being able to go to school, by not being able to get an education. We always hear about how, you know, kids are really set back because their education isn't done right. Well, that's just happened. That's just happened over the last 2 years. A lot of kids, they may never recover from this. I'm not saying we need revenge. I'm saying we need to make sure this never happens again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you, Mac, for organising this. Again, I wasn't planning on saying anything, but join a political party. We've got a massive year ahead of us, and thank you for your time.
All right, thanks, Joel. Jammal. Sorry to spring it on you, brother. What an amazing job. He's a natural.